A few months ago, when the Game of the Year nominations were announced, I was a little bit confused, like a lot of people, to see Balatro in the nominations. To me, it looked like a mobile card game on the surface, and I had never heard of this game before until the Game of the Year nomination announcement. Make fun of me all you want, but I am being so serious. I never heard of Balatro until it was in the Game of the Year discussion, and like many other people, I decided to check it out because I had heard nothing but good stuff about this game. It was like 10 to 15 bucks, got it on my phone, and dude, I was addicted. This game is something else, man. I don't think I have been this addicted to a game in a long time. This game is so good, and it's such a simple concept, yet it can get so complex. But yeah, man, every free second that I get, I am playing Balatro, and I will be playing Balatro for a while, dude. I don't even know how many hours I have in this game, but it's off the charts now. This game is incredible. Like I said, like literally every free second I get, I'm whipping out my phone and I'm doing a run, dude. Everything about this game is nothing short of video game beauty, all right? This game is an amazing underdog story. Balatro was created and developed by one single guy. He goes by the name of Local Thunk. I'm pretty sure that's like an online alias. I don't even know if we know his real name, but Local Thunk is the mastermind behind Balatro. One single dude created, in my opinion, one of the most fun video games of all time that is, just a blast for everyone. I saw something somewhere where the creator of this game basically said that he didn't expect it to blow up. He basically just created the game for himself to play and a few of his friends to play. He didn't know that it would take off in the way that it has. That's pretty much the really short summarized version of Balatro's creation. If you do want to go learn more about the creation and development of Balatro, I suggest that you go, watch a background video on the story and background behind this game. It is a great underdog story, and it's just awesome to see. Anyways, the purpose of this video is to discuss how Balatro is a lesson for the gaming industry in this modern day and age. This dude who created Balatro essentially just made a fun game that he wanted to play himself. He had an interest in poker, and he had a cool idea with it, and he just wanted to turn it into a video game for himself to play, okay? He didn't care about shareholders, he didn't care about sales, nothing. He just wanted to create and develop a game that he thought he would enjoy playing. Some of the best creatives in the entire world follow this philosophy. If you're a director, make movies that you want to watch. If you're a video game developer, make video games that you want to play. If you're a musician, make music that you want to listen to. If you're a YouTuber, make YouTube videos that you would want to watch. This is probably the most common advice that you will hear from some of the best creatives in the world. This is very important to point out because moving into 2025, video games are a massive industry. And with an industry of that scale, there's going to be a lot of businesses and a lot of corporations that are involved in the production and creation of video games through publishing companies or anything else, right? Which is not a bad thing by any means. I'm not going to gatekeep gaming. I could only wish for, video game developers and video game studios everywhere to have success. I love this hobby and I want to see it grow. I want to see more people get on board and become gamers. It's a fun and amazing hobby. But 2024 has kind of highlighted a lot of the issues that are going on around the business and corporate side of things in the video game industry. In 2024, we saw some absolute colossal meltdown failures from games like Concord, Skull and Bones, and Star Wars Outlaws. And whenever you see a video game fail like those three games did, it is 90% chance it is due to the fact that shareholders weren't letting the video game developers be creative, and they were kind of strapping them down and forcing their ideas onto them of what this game should be and what it should be like, even though, the developers know better. I feel like 90% of the time, the developers always know better and they want better for their games in these instances, but, it just doesn't pan out that way because shareholders and executives have different plans for it. Maybe they want it to be a live service or something like that. But I say that to loop all the way back around. Balatro getting credit at the Game Awards is so important because this underdog story reinforces the philosophy that creatives need to make something that they would want to consume themselves. At the end of the day, that is how some of the best, most masterful games were ever created, like Balatro. What's super interesting about Balatro as well is that this game hits all of your dopamine receptors just the right way to keep you hooked, but in the best way possible. There's no microtransactions, there's no battle pass. It's not, trying to get every single dollar out of your pocket when you're playing. It's literally hitting your dopamine receptors just to keep you playing and enjoying the game. Like that is literally it. You pay like $10-15 for this game, and that is all you have to play. And it's so fun. You can literally play it for hundreds and hundreds of hours because it's so addicting, but it doesn't use, those addicting mechanics in like a predatory way, which is just super refreshing to see in action in 2025 and 2024, because I feel like that is becoming a lost art for many game studios. A lot of games nowadays are designed to have an addicting gameplay loop until you hit a small microtransaction wall. Then you pay the microtransaction, you keep going and you keep going, and then you hit another one, and then it's a cycle that repeats itself, and that's how they get their money from you, right? It's different. It's a different story when this is like a free-to-play game, but there are games that have that sort of gameplay loop that are full price. An example of this is Diablo 4. You pay like $70 for the base game, you play through it, you play through the campaign, and then you're hit with, a battle pass and a season, and it's like, dude, come on, bro. I just paid $70. I'm playing Diablo, a classic RPG, classic ARPG experience. Why is there even a battle pass in this to begin with? It's ludicrous, man. Obviously, Diablo 4 is a way different game than Balatro, but I feel like it's the same sort of concept, right? Addicting gameplay loop. But with Balatro, you don't have that microtransaction wall. That is what I love most about this game, especially for the fact that this is a mobile game. It's on all platforms, but it is very much a mobile game as well. You can play it on the go, on your phone or whatever, and it doesn't have microtransactions at all, dude. Most of the mobile games I download nowadays are riddled with microtransactions, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I've kind of just stayed away from mobile gaming as a whole, but Balatro is such a nice breath of fresh air, dude. And if I'm an executive that works for Ubisoft, EA, Sony, or any other big video game company, I'm going to look at Balatro and I'm going to take some notes, right? From this dude's point of view, the dude who made Balatro, he created something that's low risk and high reward, right? If this game flopped, oh well, I have something fun that I can enjoy, right? It's just a pixelated card game that I can enjoy that I made by myself. It's okay if it doesn't sell well. It didn't take me too many resources to make. It was just a side hobby. But if it's a home run and people start loving it, dude, you have a grand slam on your hands and you're rolling in dough. And I'm sure that the dude who made Balatro is rolling in dough right now, and as he should. He made a great product. In my opinion, the philosophy of low risk and high reward is something that a lot of these AAA video game companies need to start practicing, because the truth is a lot of these companies have the resources to work on a bunch of little smaller projects while also working on these big ambitious projects, right? So that is the lesson that a lot of video game executives can learn from Balatro. But you can also learn it from another game called Astrobot that came out, right? Astrobot, Game of the Year winner of 2024. We all know it now. Astrobot, I guarantee you, was 100% not expected by Sony to win Game of the Year and get all of the success that it did. They thought Concord was going to be their cash cow and their heavy hitter for 2024, and that aged terribly, man. Astrobot was actually their pop-off game for 2024, and for good reason. It's a fantastic video game, but I know that caught a lot of executives in Sony off guard. So low risk, high reward is pretty important in the video game industry, in my opinion. But once again, it is also important to give creativity to the developers, man. Like I said before, a lot of executives kind of put developers in a chokehold and they don't let them be creative and spread their wings with what they're capable of. So once again, if I'm an executive looking at Balatro's success, I'm going to start considering giving my developing studios more creativity and wiggle room with the projects that they want to make, because that is what makes video games special, bro. If you make something that you would want to consume or play yourself, it will find its audience, and that's what, the business has lost. You don't see that a lot in the AAA corporate side of gaming. You just don't. But yeah, man, this little pixelated card game called Balatro says a lot to the gaming industry, right? It makes a statement, in my opinion. Just the fact alone that a game that was made by one dude with a simple concept got all this praise and all this love at the Game Awards is really inspiring, and it's pretty awesome to see personally, right? I think that this game says a lot, and it is a statement to the, AAA gaming space. I really do think that, because this game beat out a ton of big AAA games. It just did. And so I know for a fact that executives everywhere are scratching their head and they're taking notes, and they're really looking into Balatro, because once again, like, it's a crazy underdog story. You just don't see this stuff every day. But yeah, man, I love this game. It has a great gameplay loop. It's addicting, but the story and what it means to the gaming industry, it just makes it 10 times better. This is a fantastic underdog story. Definitely go look into this game's creation yourself and research Local Funk's story. It's great, dude. It's so awesome. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. What do you guys think of Balatro? I know this game is super loved, but are you guys as addicted as I am? Because I'm hooked, bro. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.